Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you 5 ideas for handmade Christmas gifts. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to put this out now or wait till December because there are people that are like sensitive to the topic of Christmas before Thanksgiving even comes around, and then, I mean, I don't want to offend anybody by talking about Christmas before Thanksgiving got here, but making handmade gifts takes a lot of time, and I figured I want to put this out now to give you guys ideas so you can start working on them. That way you don't feel rushed once December comes around, because let's face it, the holidays is already stressful enough, and then trying to like make gifts to everybody in a couple weeks adds to the stress. And I know because I did it last year. I wanted to make everybody Christmas gifts, and I ended up only making one on time. So yeah, if this kind of thing interests you, then let's get started. So first on my list, this is kind of the reason why I wanted to put this out now, because this is the gift that's going to take the longest to make, and that is a quilt. So I've been on quite the quilt making journey this year. I've been making a lot of them. And what's great about a quilt, and I guess the rest of these, is that you really don't have to fit these to anybody like you would a garment. So this is just one quilt that I made this year, which is a bunch of butterflies. I did this by paper piecing, and I actually learned that to do this year, and hands down I love paper piecing more than traditional quilting, mainly because it gives you a guide on where to stitch, and you don't have to make like perfect 1/4 inch seams while you're like making the image, because like I said, there's lines that you can stitch on, so it's great. So yeah, I just made, so this is one of them, little butterflies and some colorful backing that I found at Hobby Lobby. And this quilt ended up being 60 inches by 60 inches. I would suggest that you make like a lap size quilt versus like a quilt for a bed, just because it takes one, less material, because quilting is pretty expensive, and two, it'll take less time because it's less blocks that you have to make. And I'll link the pattern in the description box below. Okay, number 2 is a robe. Now I don't have the robe here to show you guys because I actually made this for the Sew My Style in 2018, I believe, and it was for, I gave it a gift for my little sister, so I'll pop a picture somewhere so you guys can see it. A good thing about a robe is that you don't have to like fit it like a garment, like I stated, like with the quilt. You can make it like a little bit bigger, and it can be loose fitting, which a robe is supposed to be. So you don't have to worry about making it too small, and you get a lot of use out of it. So I made the Helen's Closet Suki robe. I think it's called the Suki. Like I said, for Sew My Style last year. I gave it to my little sister, and she loved it. That's like one of her favorite things that I've ever made her. And I made it out of a cotton lawn that I picked up from mood.com, so it was like light and breezy and soft, and she just loves wearing it. There's lots of fabric choices you can make for a robe. You can use like the cotton lawn, like I did, to make it light and breezy. You can make it out of like a French terry if you do want to give it to them so they can lounge around the house in the colder months. Silk would be really nice, be very luxurious. But the thing with silk though is you can't just throw it in the washer. It has to be dry cleaned. So I would kind of steer away from, I mean, it's just my personal thoughts. I would steer away from more high maintenance materials, things that have to be like dry cleaned or hand washed, just because you don't want to give a gift that's gonna make them have to like go out of their way to take care of it, such as dropping it off at the dry cleaners or hand washing it, you know, if they don't have time for laundry. Okay, next is like a little like cosmetic pouch. I made one of these for my older sister last year. Didn't get it to her until February because it took me so long to make, you know, gifts. But she loved it. I made it using a pattern that I found from Etsy, and I actually used it to put little pockets in there, like a bunch of little pockets, and that was to put her essential oils in there so she could like take them to and from work and travel with them. It'll be like nice and nested, and she doesn't have to worry about the bottles breaking from just throwing them in a bag, and she's actually got a lot of use out of that as well. Okay, next on my list is a stocking. So I have this one that my mom made me years and years ago. I still have it. I actually make stockings every year for my coworkers, and I like fill them with like a food item that I like been loving and something useful. And this just kind of changes from like year to year, but I always make like little mini stockings and I give them to my coworkers for just the ones that have to work during the Christmas holiday, because I have like 50 coworkers and that would be a lot of stockings to make. So I just make it for the crew that is working on Christmas. And then, you know, great thing about stocking is, you know, they can keep it, you know, year after year. It's like something simple, you know, they're not difficult to make. They don't take a lot of time. They don't take a lot of material, especially if you make like a smaller one. I think last year I made 7 stockings, and they all took like less than a yard of fabric each. And then Joanne was having like sales on their Christmas fabric, so even better. And then you can like fill them up with like candy or markers or anything that like you guys use on your job that people would like to have. Like for instance, we use wet erase markers on the jet, and so I put wet erase markers in there and they loved it. You can put like little hand lotions in there. It's great to like fill with stuff. And then also, fun fact, this was a stocking, was actually my first handmade gift that I ever made anybody. It was my senior year in high school, and we did like a patchwork stocking in my sewing class, and I filled it up with like little gifts and gave it to my boyfriend who I was dating at the time, and he really loved that. So it's thoughtful, it's simple, and you can like fill it with other stuff. Okay, and then last on my list is for anybody who has friends who are dog lovers like myself. You could make them a dog collar and a little matching leash, like make it like a little set, and I think that would just be so cute to give to a friend who just loves their dogs. Because one, it's like, it's a one-of-a-kind item that they can't get in the store, and it's useful, which is great. I'm all about giving things that are useful for Christmas, things that are either going to get used or are going to be eaten, because let's face it, we all have enough clutter around the house, so I try to give things that serve a purpose or will feed you. So yeah, those are the top 5 things I think would be great handmade gifts this year. And let me know if you guys have already started making your holiday gifts, what you're making, what you've made in the past, or when you start making your gifts. Because I started making mine back in January, and I just now finished them. So just think about when I started this in December. They never would have been done again. So yeah, I have another video planned for you guys either later this week or next week. It's going to be a fabric haul, so be on the lookout for that, and I'll see you then. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hello, bud. Oh, look, you see Peanut? Oh, look at her. Say hi, Peanut. Say hi, bud. Okay, so they know I'm talking to you and not giving them attention, so they're like, no mom, this is not happening right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Say hello to Morton. And Peanut is over here. As you can see, they clearly want my attention and they don't want you guys to have it. So today do you want to go outside? Okay.